Very good morning, my dear students. Today we discuss about hydroelectric power plant and then nuclear power plant. In the unit 4, the internal combustion engine and power plant. It is a syllabus. We are already discussed about the power plant, classification of power plant. Now we are discussing about thermal power plant as well as we are already discussed about thermal power plant, gas and diesel power plant. Now we are discussing about hydroelectric and nuclear power plant. So electric energy production around 2020, it is an approximate value. Look at this chart. We can use up to 65% of fossil fuel. Nowadays the fossil fuel usage should be decreased every day. The remaining, the hydro and the nuclear nuclear source should be produce major contribution. Rest of 2%, it is we can use solar and then other type of renewable energy. It should be only occupy 2%. Nowadays the more research and the concentration should be developed on that area. It is possible to increase 25 around 5 to 6%. First we can discuss about hydroelectric power plant engineering. In the hydroelectric power plant engineering, the kinetic energy of water stored water, it should be converted into the electrical energy. Around 30% of total power in the world is provided by the hydro power plant as well as nuclear power plant. The world hydro potential around maximum is 2724 mega kilowatt. The total hydro potential in India is 84 mega kilowatt. It should be occupied 22% of the total potential energy as compared to various other schemes. In India, 25.32% of total electrical generation, we have such a amount of capacity in the hydro power plant. The site selection of hydro power plant is majorly classified 6. First one is the availability of water and then water storage, water head. We are increasing the water head, then only we can possible to produce more amount of electrical energy. And then accessibility of site. So accessibility of site is very near to us, then we can possible to maintenance and then also easily construct the plants. Distance from the load center, because we are increasing the distance, we can counted as the losses. The heat energy losses is more in the electrical energy. And the geological characteristics of the site. What do you mean by geological characteristics? Means is nothing but the rate of rainfall in that area. It is a main parameter to select the hydro power plant. It is a black diagram. You can understand what is the diagram, what is the component in that diagram. First is the head, water, reservoir, dam, slice, gate, penstock, such tank, supporting block, and then inlet valve, generator, turbine, powerhouse, transformer and control. Captive reservoir. The water should be collected in that reservoir. The stored water have high potential energy. Penstock, it is a passage. It should be connected the reservoir to turbine. It is the reservoir is the penstock. Penstock should be connected reservoir to turbine. And then search tank. It is one of the main important part of the hydro power plant. It should be installed along the penstock. Its control and regulate the sudden water overflow and to protect the penstock from the bursting. Bursting is nothing but is the very high damage. The very high damage start with by water hammer effect. Because the sluice gate we can suddenly close means it is possible to produce some back pressure. The back pressure should be damage the penstock as well as the turbine. To avoid that effect, we can use such tank. It should be compensate the pressure loss in the penstock while sudden closing of the sluice tank. It is a sluice tank. We can look at the sluice gate. We can close the sluice gate means it is possible to forming the vacuum in the penstock. That time the water should be compensate the back pressure vacuum. Component. It's a power house. It is have generator, transformer and control room. We can use the water turbine. The water turbine should be classified Pelton, Kaplan and Francis. Next coming of classes we can discuss about all the type of water turbine. The kinetic energy of flowing water should be converted in that turbine area. Draft tube is connected to the outlet of the turbine. So it is the component. Tail trace, it is refer the downstream level of the water discharged from the turbine. It is the bottom side of the turbine. Generator should be converted the mechanical energy into the electrical energy. Step of transformer, we can increasing the step up. We can increase the voltage of the voltage, then only we can reduce the losses. That way we can use step up transformer. This another is common, is not more the important, but you can understand what the purpose we have it. Spillway is placed in the dam. It is a overflow valve to avoid or damage the dam. We can use spillway. The working principle. It is used the potential energy of water. That water is stored in the reservoir. The water from the reservoir through the penstock and then forced through the nozzle before reaching the turbine. Here we can use single nozzle or the multiple nozzle. The hydraulic turbine is converted to the kinetic energy of water under pressure into the mechanical energy. The shaft of the turbine is coupled generator should be produced the electricity from the generator. The electricity generated in the feed to the step of transformer to increase the voltage. Because we are increasing the voltage, it is possible to decrease the losses. And then power should be transmitted to the distribution line. The output power of the hydro power plant depends on the head of the water store in the reservoir. The quantity of water is discharged. And then we discuss about the classification. According to the quantity of water, according to the availability of water head, it's a low head, medium head. According to the load characteristics, according to the plant capacity, and then according to the types of the fall. According to the quantity of water. Water is first one is a run of river plant. The river is have continuous water flowing. One amount of water is diverted from the river, and then we can convert it to the with the help of turbine to the electric power. Again it should be the water returned to the river. And then storage plant. It increase the framework and total power generation by regulating water flow. We can it is a run out. It is stored plant. In India we have more number of stored plant. According to the quantity of water. So quantity of water is nothing but is availability of water in that area. The pumped storage project is involve irreversible turbine which can be generate power from the water, upper storage to the peak hours, and pump back water from the lower storage. It is this type of power plant is only for very rare in the world because its cost is more high. And then tidal plant is a tidal plant it is you can use the ozone. The ozone, it should be the height of the ozone changes due to the moon level. We can use the changing the height of the water with the help of turbine. It is possible to generate power according to the availability of water head. Low head and then medium head above 70 meters is called high. According to the plant capacity, is less than 5 megawatt. It's called micro hydro power plant. Vaigai Dam is one of the best example of micro hydel plant, and the medium capacity plant. Another example is the Papanasam plant as well as Periyar Dam is one of the medium high capacity plant. It is produced more than 100 megawatt to super hydro plant. It is not in India. China has super hydro plant. According to the load characteristics, base load plant, the character of the base load of system, the need to supply constant power when the connected to the grid is the base load, and then peak load. Some plants supply average load but also some peak load. It should be operate high peak load only. There's a peak load plant. It is an advantage of hydroelectric power plant. Require no fuel. There is no pollution, low operating costs, simple construction, and require less maintenance. Very robust and durable. The reservoir and the dam you can use irrigation purpose. And then demerits. Very high capital cost, skilled person required for construction. It is crops dams mean it should be produce very huge money loss and then life. High cost transportation plant is normally required fair and high hills area. It need more cost. Period delay, the cases of delay commissioning of the plant construction. New hydropower plant need rehabilitation of the people and payment of compensation of the land acquisition. And then we discuss about the nuclear power plant. The nuclear power plant works similar way thermal power plant. It is differs between the two is the fuel. We can use the heat of the water, and steam generator we can use the heat of the water. We can use a nuclear power to produce the steam. Inside the nuclear power station, energy released by the nuclear fission in the core of the reactor. Example is 1 kg of uranium should be produced the energy as compared than 4,500 tons of high grade variety of coal and then 2,000 tons of oil. Just 1 kg of uranium. Nuclear fuel is any material that can be consumed to devise nuclear energy. The most common type of nuclear fuel is fissile element that can be made undergo the nuclear fission chain reaction. We can use the uranium as well as plutonium. Not for all nuclear fuel used in the fission chain reaction, because the rate of forming of heat is more higher as compared than other fuel. It is a nuclear chain reaction. The production of nuclear chain reaction is a diagram. Out of two neutrons, the heat another big element should be produced continuously. The chain reaction is generally asking the chain reaction. A chain reaction is only suitable for the material. The element is have isotope. What do you mean by isotope? Means it have constant or same proton but a different number in the neutron. It is one of the main advantage. When the nucleus of atom of uranium is split into the two elements, the neutron released and hit the another atom and also split. Then it's 10. More energy released each time another atom split is called a chain reaction. It is a diagrammatic representation of chain reaction. It gives the moderator. Moderator we can use to slow the or we can use speed breaker, slow the neutron from the high speed to slow speed. It should be control the nuclear fission reaction. When the neutron strikes the atom of uranium, the uranium split into the two lighter atoms and they release heat, very high amount of heat. Fusion, the heavy element, is exothermic reaction. What do you mean by exothermic reaction? Means it will produce heat while chemical reaction taking place, which can release large amount of energy, both the electromagnetic radiation as well as kinetic energy of the fragmentation. Is a basic requirement of fission process. When the neutron strikes the atom of uranium, the uranium two heats. Fission is heavy metal. The process, the produced number of neutron must not able not only to sustain the fission process, but should be able to increase the rate of the fission. Is one of the requirement. The process must be followed by liberation of energy. It should be continuously during the process. It is must also control rate of the fission by the moderator. Otherwise, it is possible to damage the reactor. It is a critical mass. Critical mass is nothing but the minimum quantity of fuel required for any specific reactor system is called critical mass. It is followed by the chemical reaction of the nuclear fission. It is the main component: fuel rod, control rod, reactor core, water boiler, steam turbine, pump, condenser, and then generator. It is the diagram we can use to draw the drawing in your class notes. It has two circuits, the primary circuit as well as secondary circuit. Primary circuit have the nuclear core, nuclear reactor, concrete shield, and then thermal shielding, the coolant pump, and then steam generator. Is a steam generator we can use. Another name is called boiler. It is also heat exchanger. And the secondary circuit we have steam turbine, generator, condenser, and then again steam generator. Steam generator, it is connected between the primary circuit and then secondary circuit. It is the component of the nuclear fuel. Control rod, moderator. Moderator should be slow down the first neutron. The fuel rod generally contained by uranium-235. It is surrounded by the water or graphite because it slow down the neutron. And then control rod. Control rod, this two characteristics is a move in, it should be rate of reaction decrease, and the move out the rate of reaction all are moved in, the reactor should be shut down. There is no possible to produce the heat energy. Generally, the rod is made by the boron or cadmium. It should be absorb the neutron. That only we can use the control rod. Turbine and generator. Turbine generator, we are already discussed about the turbine as well as the generator. The high pressure steam should be converted to or produce the mechanical energy of rotation in the steam turbine. Already steam turbine coupled with the generator. The generator produce electrical power. We can use two separate water system because we can use new water, means the water is contain many soil or unwanted material. They need the filtration process continuously. That's why in that plant we can use two separate water system. It should be reduce the radiative reaction to the atmosphere. Steam generator, we can use the boiler. Boiler, is name is called steam generator. It should be classified two types: pressure water heater reactor. We are already discussed about the pressure water heater reactor nuclear power plant. It is a pressure water heater nuclear power plant. It is the boiling water reactor. boiling water reactor, here we can use only one fuel. We not to use separate fuel cycle. It is an advantage. It is required less place as compared than thermal power plant. Fuel also very less. Transportation cost less. Reliable in operation, and the cost of erection is less. It means the production rate of energy is continuously as compared than other process. Disadvantage, it have this high initial cost. Skilled operator is required. Maintenance cost is highly. It is possible to produce the radioactive waste, so we need high skilled personnel to remove the such a waste. Thank you for listening. Today we discuss about two topics. It's a very big topic, but what we can do means we must understand how to operate the hydro power plant as well as nuclear power plant. I hope you must be understand two type of power plant. If you have any